Hey everyone, Stuart with Franklin Hill Ventures. Thanks for stopping by my video. Had a really busy week. Good combination of found a few things sourcing, sold lots of things, and also took a 3-day weekend for my dad's 80th birthday. Went over to Spencer, Tennessee. If you're familiar with Tennessee at all, that's between Fall Creek Falls and Rock Island, two of our state parks. So I had a really good time with that. I just finished up my third full week of reselling full time. So far, so good. I'm on pace to have another top 3 month, really trending towards the top part of that top 3 over the last 5 years. So going in the right direction. You know, I still need to consistently have a top month every month as I move forward, in this full-time reselling life, but going in the right direction. And as I start hitting my listing goals and some of the goals to get more things to the booth, maybe pick up another booth at some point in the future, I think I'm going to be fine. And so far, having a really good time with it and looking forward to see what the future holds. Let's go ahead and jump into what all we did this week. The first thing I wanted to mention is that I registered today to attend the Boss Reseller Remix in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is October the 19th to the 21st. So very excited to be going to that. This will be my first in-person reseller event, and I'm really looking forward to meeting lots of people, getting some networking done, learning lots of things with some, great speakers that are going to be there. So I would encourage you, if you have an opportunity to go to this, go. Just based on the people I know that are going to be there, I think it's going to be well worth the money that I am spending to do this. I did go back and forth since I'm so early in my full-time reselling adventure. Was this something that I could justify? But in the end, I looked at it as an investment in myself and in the business, and I believe it will be worth it. So really looking forward to going to that next month. So the next thing, I did mention just a minute ago that we had gone to Spencer, Tennessee for my dad's 80th birthday. Just a couple of views from the house that we rented. It was incredible. We were on top of Baker Mountain, had this view looking out. On Friday, we went to Fall Creek Falls, which you can see here. I would encourage you, if you're ever in Tennessee and have an opportunity to visit Fall Creek Falls and Rock Island for that matter, they're about 30 minutes from each other, so you can really hit both of them, but very beautiful. And we were fortunate. We got there on Thursday, did this on Friday, and then Saturday it started raining and didn't quit till we left on Sunday. So we did get to go out, and then just beautiful sunsets on top of the mountain, as you can see here. So we'll go ahead and first talk about some of the things that I sold at the booth this weekend. This is something that sold out at Granny's Attic in Clinton, Tennessee. This was an Atari 8000 XL, and it sold for $120. This is something that I got at a yard sale, and it was actually a bundle of this computer, a bunch of games, a bunch of Atari programming magazines, and I'd already sold all the programming magazines and games separately. I think I may have mentioned that in a previous video, but in any case, this sold for $120. So just selling this by itself more than doubled what I paid for everything. And, with the games, I think sold for 40 and the manual sold for 50, or I may have that backwards. But in any case, it was a very good pickup that I found at a yard sale a couple of months ago. Next, it was a really good week for artwork at Bearden. I sold, more than 3 pieces, but the 3 best pieces I sold is this, I guess it's Henry Rogers or Henri Rogers, but it's a picture of Paris, and this sold for $100. And then this one also sold for $100, and this is a painting from the 1950s. I don't remember off the top of my head who the artist was, but both those were oil paintings on canvas. And then the last one was another oil painting on canvas, which was an antique painting of a ship. And I found that anytime I put a ship painting in the booth, it sells almost immediately. And this one sold for $75. So 2 $100 paintings and a $75 painting, not too bad. And that's all I really wanted to highlight from the booth. Had a ton of sales in the booth. It was a really good week for records at Granny's. I probably sold 40 or 50 records total. Any one by itself isn't necessarily that big a sale. I think most are in the $6 to $8 range, but when you add all those up, it makes for a really good week. So let's jump over to the online sales. And the first one is this pair of Lacquerware trays. And the story behind this is they had been at my antique booth probably for 2 years and did not sell. They were probably behind some things and people didn't see them, or just not the right market for these types of things. But anyway, brought them home, put them online. They sold almost immediately for $35 for the pair, plus the buyer paid shipping. And these are actually going to China. So they were from China. They were from Fuzhou, China, which you can see here. And they are actually being shipped to China via the eBay Standard International program. The next is this pair of Homer Laughlin Pink Radiance dinner plates. And these, the person bought both pairs that I had, so it was $40, plus they paid shipping. Then in addition, I had 2 pairs of berry bowls, and that same buyer also bought those. So it was a really good sale when you put it all together, somewhere in the neighborhood of about $65, I believe, when you take the plates and the berry bowls together. The next would be this Royal Warwick Locks of Scotland coffee pot. I picked this up in a whole lot of stuff that I bought. I think it was the same lot that I got all the artwork in that I showed in the booth. And this sold for $55. The buyer paid shipping as well. And this went to somebody else who lives in Tennessee. So I've sold quite a bit of this Locks of Scotland stuff in the past. Any of the blue dinnerware always sells real well for me, but in specifically this Locks of Scotland pattern's always done real well. The next item would be this Zippo Lighter, and it's a scrimshaw design with a lighthouse, and it sold for $30 with free shipping, but it shipped first class. This was actually a consignment item. So, I did not make the full $30, but still did well. And it was an easy list, an easy ship, package up and shipping. So when I do consignment, those are the kind of things I like to consign. And then finally, there was a Facebook Marketplace order for this carousel horse. And this is a music box as well, and the horse goes up and down. And this sold for $29. It did ship for free, but this also went to Tennessee, so it was about $7 and something to ship. I only had about $1 in it, so overall a pretty good sale. I think we sold things on eBay, Etsy, Facebook Marketplace, and Macari this week. No Poshmark, no Depop sales, which if you've watched my previous videos, that's really not that surprising. Those are the 2 markets that we sell the least on. So anyway, I believe that is all I have to show for this week. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I appreciate everybody stopping by. Make sure that you visit www.franklinhillventures.com. That has links to our social media sites, as well as all the marketplaces we sell on. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up and also consider subscribing to our channel. We just hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, so very excited about that. Now I've just got to figure out how to customize my URL. So far, the link to do that's not showing up, even though I believe I've hit all the criteria to do it. But I did find where it said it could take a couple of days before that option becomes available. Anyway, I believe that's all I have. I appreciate you stopping by, and everyone enjoy your week.